Auburn Blitz is now on the air. Your daily look into what's happening in Auburn athletics. With your host, Andy Graham, Brett Pritchard, Randy Lee, War Eagle.
Hello again, everyone, and good Friday afternoon. Welcome into the latest edition of the Auburn Blitz. I am Andy Graham. Alongside Jim Hardy, we'll be with you for the next hour, taking your comments, taking your phone calls, talking about everything going on in the world of Auburn athletics. The Auburn Tigers coming to the end of week 2 of fall camp and going to have their first scrimmage today. They put on the pads earlier this week, and things are getting very much more intense down there on the plain. So we are eagerly awaiting kind of the results. I think that scrimmage supposed to have finished up by about 11:30 from what we understand. So we actually have scheduled on the show today an Auburn player, Hudson Cock, that the punter for the Auburn team last couple of years, transferred in from Oklahoma State, from Australia, down under, a small town outside of Melbourne. So hopefully he will be able to join us a little bit later in the show. Depending on if practice went late or not, we'll see. Depending on the time, maybe he can join us. But looking forward to that, and certainly you should stick around to see that. We'll talk a lot about what we've heard and what we've seen over the last couple of days, or at least last couple of days this week, as the pads have gone on. We'll talk about some other things, talk about what are the starting lineups starting to look like. Now this is when you start to see the focus really get pretty tight about who's going to be the starters, who are going to be the backups, these kind of things, positions really start to get worked out. So we are looking forward to that. Pretty interesting, and very interested to see what comes of this scrimmage. Jim, anything in particular you think that Auburn needs to maybe, or questions they need to answer with the scrimmage?
Yeah, I would think you'd want some offensive information to find out how consistent you were. Obviously, the guys you brought with you from South Florida, they should already know all this stuff, so there shouldn't be any mistakes on their behalf. But you want to know the pieces that you've implemented in with that now. Say the Bryce Canes of the world, anybody that's a receiver, running back, even offensive lineman that is not familiar with the system. If we're going to run this tempo, we need to, as they said, it needs to be down cold. Like, you need to be within 1 second. You need to know what you're running. I mean, because you're not going to go back there and huddle. You're going to run to the line and do the next play. You got to make the reads. I want to see it. Hear that it went smooth. I want to hear that there wasn't a lot of mistakes. I've heard that there's officials there all the time, so I want to hear that they didn't get flagged for a bunch of things, and run a clean offense.
Yeah. Let's hope that for sure. You always talk about being a disciplined team. A lot that goes into that is being at least a few penalized team for sure. Just as some news around Auburn as well. We talked about the ruling I guess it was last week, that allowed, for some bizarre reason, the NCAA came out and said, athletes can have 5 years to play 5, but if you've played for 4 years and didn't use a red shirt, you're done. So that class of 2002, if you didn't use a red shirt, you're done.
I mean, 220.
2022.
Yeah.
You're done. So it's just I don't know why they made that. I mean, it really doesn't affect an enormous amount of people, but it's just that one thing. Well, of course, they sued, and they wanted that 5th year, and a judge, like it always happens, said, yes, that is right. So, did an injunction, whatever that is, whatever the judge ruled officially. I'm not sure what they call it. But now this frees up those players that were in that class of 2022 for an extra year here.
Yeah, you get a what they refer to as a temporary injunction.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if it's temporary anymore because they're pretty much the floodgates have been open, and all these players. Well, it's going to benefit Auburn to some degree because Colby King, a 6'2" guard that has kind of been a journeyman, been around, very experienced. He's coming to Auburn, and it appears that he's going to be the 9th new player on this roster from last year. Not a huge scorer, but a guy that, again, has a ton of experience, a guy that you can probably, very count on to give you some depth, to give you some backup minutes for a Tahad Pettiford or a Kevin Overton. And like you said, he shot 40% from behind the arc. So
Pretty stout.
He may not take a lot of shots, but the ones he takes, he makes.
Because you gotta imagine the Overtons of the world and Pettiford and that bunch. People are gonna key on them. Mm-hmm. This guy could come in and they not really put a lot of attention into him, and he could help you get those extra 6-7 points a game.
You like, and if nothing else, you just like, functional, productive, warm bodies. I mean, let's be honest. Having a full roster is more advantageous than not. So that's a good thing. Looking forward to that. We'll see what happens with Colby King, but it looks like he's going to be a part of the Auburn basketball program in 2026. Going into some injury notes from earlier this week, this continues to kind of concern me a little bit, but Malik Autry still got the club on his hand. Mm-hmm. I hope that's not going to be a lingering thing throughout the year.
Yeah, I mean you can play with that as long as there's some type of metal inside of it.
You can, but it's just
you're definitely not going to get you're not going to get your money's worth because you can't get your hands on somebody.
Exactly.
But
for a defensive lineman, that's a big deal.
I don't know if I could use it as a weapon. It might really help out there.
Yeah, now some of those guys, they you want to talk about a club.
Because I'm telling you, I mean, seriously, think about this in a realistic, I know we think it's funny, but realistic terms. If I'm normally, an offensive lineman shoots their hands, well, a defensive lineman is taught to be violent, to slap hands. Well, if that offensive lineman reaches out with his hands and I can whack him with a club, I'm going to put my hands down.
Yeah. Well, maybe he's faking. He just likes the club.
Well, whatever.
Bryson Washington, a lot's been made about him. They say, look, he's fine. Health-wise, he's fine. That's the word from practice. Maybe it's not maybe he's just not performing like everybody thought he would. Or maybe it's just that Omar Mapson is that much better, been that much better during the fall.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that's a bad thing. So we'll see if how much Bryson Washington actually plays. But I would think he would have some pretty high motivation playing Baylor in the first game of the year.
Oh, sure.
Jonathan Eccles, the tight end that came over from South Florida, a lot of people have talked about him this preseason. Nate Johnson, Nakai Davenport, all worked with the trainers inside. What does that mean? Not sure.
And to back up just one hair on the Washington situation, you got to know at some point DJ and that bunch has had him in the office and say, hey, how's Baylor run that offense?
Yeah.
What's their calls? What's their checks? What are they looking for? I mean, he's a valuable piece for that.
I would hope. Certainly the offense now, he'd been there at Baylor for more than a year, so I think he would probably
He's been there long enough
be
to
familiar with it
on both
sure.
sides of the ball.
Yeah.
I mean, because defensively, obviously we know they got a defensive head coach. So if that be the case, maybe he's in the right room too. He can tell Alex Golesh, hey, this is what they look for.
Yeah, just because guys are in the training room too, everybody needs a little treatment here and there. And
sure.
Maybe you feel comfortable with guys a little bit more comfortable with some guys than others because they're further along. They know the offense a lot better, so you can afford to give them a little extra treatment or something because you definitely want everybody to be as close to 100% as you can when the season starts.
Sure.
Here is the two that probably concern me the most, though. Caleb Harris and Anquan Fagans are still unavailable. Now, that's kind of a little misleading from the other day because there was an interview that they put out, I think on Auburn 24/7, and they were all smiles and everything was good, and yet they're not practicing. Caleb Harris and Anquan Fagans, that's two huge pieces in the secondary.
No, that's very huge.
Those are big time players. So that one I do not like to see. That one concerns me for sure. This one actually makes me feel better. Edge Chris Murray is back working with the team after being in the training room and being very limited for the first couple of weeks. So Chris Murray he came on last year at the defensive end edge position and was a big factor. So really hope that that's the case. And then Stanton Rammel spent the last bit of practice on an exercise bike. I don't think that's much of anything. Most, from what I've heard, he has looked good. He has looked healthy. I'm sure they're still being somewhat precautious, though. So I don't read a whole lot into that. All right. We are just getting started here on the Auburn Blitz, but don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more right after this.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice. Bice Motors.
Looking for hometown service and name brands you can trust? Come to Presley Appliance and Furniture. From the best choice in appliances from Whirlpool, Maytag, Amana, and KitchenAid to home furnishings, Presley's is your one-stop shop for comfort and quality. And now we've added the Mattress Shop by Serta Simmons Bedding and top quality sheets and pillows from Caraloha. Shop Presley Appliance and Furniture on Cherokee Road in Alex City or online at PresleyAppliance.com. That's PresleyAppliance.com.
This is Kathy Holmes with Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. Jeff Verner and I opened in East Montgomery 25 years ago and have become the premier butcher shop, wine retailer, and caterer in the River region. We are excited to invite you to our newest location at 2459 East Glen Avenue in Auburn, Opelika. We want to become your one-stop shop for the freshest cuts of meat in town, grab-and-go casseroles, gift items, and the best wine selection in the area. Think of us when catering your next event. Check us out online at steaksandwine.com for daily lunch specials and details on upcoming wine tastings and fun events.
At Southern Union State Community College, success isn't a solo journey. It's powered by something bigger. A herd of faculty, mentors, industry partners, and a community committed to helping you move forward. Whether you're earning a degree that prepares you for immediate entry into the workforce, transferring to a university, or learning a new skill, Southern Union helps you find your strength and run with it. Herd powered, performance driven. Southern Union State Community College. Apply today at suscc.edu.
There's only one option for top-of-the-line aftermarket upgrades on your vehicle, and that's Frontline Outfitters. We offer quality parts, lift kits, custom wheels and tires, bed covers, step bars, and toolboxes. They're installed by trained and skilled professionals, to custom powder coating with hundreds of colors and finishes, to the highest quality film for window tinting using state-of-the-art film cutting technology. Call Frontline Outfitters at 256-409-8100. Don't be in the back of the line. Put your vehicle at the front with Frontline Outfitters.
Looking for the perfect spot to unwind? Welcome to Bunkers. Our friendly staff and vibrant atmosphere make Bunkers the ultimate hangout space for all ages. With 6 state-of-the-art golf simulator stations, you can play around with friends no matter the weather. Enjoy mouth-watering food and a wide variety of handcrafted mixed drinks. With our attached parking deck, access is always hassle-free. Make your next night out unforgettable at Bunkers.
Hillaby Towers is an affordable senior citizens community located in Alexander City on Highway 22 East. Spacious one-bedrooms are available now. Great location, peaceful setting, comfortable living where pets are allowed and utilities are included. Call today to find out more information on Alexander City's best-kept secret, 256-329-0552. That's Hillaby Towers in Alexander City.
Visit our new locations in Gadsden and Oxford today.
Heavy-duty savings on heavy-duty trucks. Right now at Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC in Opelika. Choose from over 75 Chevy and GMC 2500 HDs with savings up to $12,000. For work or play, check them all out side by side. Or get 4.9% financing for 48 months and make no monthly payments for 90 days. Online 24/7 at glennsmith.com. Get ready to smile.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Jim here with you, taking you up to 1 o'clock. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us today. As we mentioned earlier, Auburn scrimmaging this morning. I think it probably wrapped up already. If not, it is probably going to wrap up pretty soon here. We appreciate all of you out there being with us today. Hope you're having a wonderful Friday afternoon. We are brought to you each and every day here on the Auburn Blitz by the Glenda Mitchell Law Firm for all of your personal injury needs, whatever they might be. If you need some legal advice or some legal representation for whatever reason, if it's because of a personal injury, the one phone call you need to make is the Glenda Mitchell Law Firm, 334-604-7927. Also, the J.A. Smith Construction and Excavation Company. They, no job is too big, no job is too small. Commercial, residential, doesn't matter. They can help you out. They do big jobs, they do small jobs. It is the J.A. Smith Construction and Excavation. 334-531-0199. We appreciate all of our sponsors here on the Auburn Blitz, but J.A. Smith and Glenda Mitchell have been with us for a while now, and they are very, very quality businesses in this area. All right, Jim, some things, practice yesterday and the day before, we're starting to see a lot more teamwork. No doubt we saw we'll get some feedback from the scrimmage, but even before that, you're starting to see some, 11-on-11 type stuff. Leading up to this, you've just seen guys going through drills, doing all this. There was one posted today. I think I'm fairly certain it was from yesterday, and it was the offensive line, and they were going through drills, and I mean, there was one guy, and it was number 70, and they were going through drill where they would basically just thump one guy that was sitting there, and it was just meant to to slow you, just a little hit to kind of slow you down, and then you would engage with another pretty big offensive lineman. Well, he did it, and his head was down. And then he said, do it again. And he went and did it. And then his hands were not in the right place. And then he do it again. And then he did it again. And he didn't use his hands in the right way. And He did it over and over and over and over again. And I mean, the coach was just screaming at him and this, that. And I thought, who is number 70? And I looked it up, and it made me feel a little bit better because it was Mathis.
Okay.
And he's a freshman.
Yeah.
He's a true freshman. But they're getting after him, man.
Oh, yeah. And that's what you want.
Oh, absolutely, and especially on the offensive line. Hopefully, most of the other guys. I saw Big Joe Simmons. He is a very big individual. But the other guys were getting after it too, and it didn't seem like the coaches were that as upset with most of them as they were with that particular incident. But anyway, there was a 3rd and 12 situation where Brown threw down the left side to Coger, and it ended up being a 70-yard touchdown. We're going to have some explosive plays.
Oh, there's no doubt.
This offense.
Yes.
I mean, it is in this modern day of college football with defensive coordinators being as good as they are and athletes being as good as they are, you just can't depend on going, 10 plays and 60 yards, 70 yards every time.
No.
You got to have explosive plays.
Yeah, and you got to wonder yesterday without seeing that in person if it was a coverage bust, somebody was supposed to have got him, or what we've already talked about and discussed that is going to be really good for this offense is he's given them so much freedom to make adjustments on their own. As Coger could have started 10 yards down the field and all of a sudden saw that safety come in and he just stayed up on it, on the seam and just kept running up the seam. Or he saw something that got him into that open space, and that defender had keys he was supposed to be watching. And there's obviously a mistake somewhere, but you would love to think that the offense outsmarted the defense is what I would love to think.
Yeah, I mean, Coger's a big guy. Did he athletically, maybe go up and win the ball? I mean, I didn't see it, but either way, that is a huge explosive play, and also the simple fact of, so many times nowadays in modern, and again, I've seen this at Auburn way too much, and it drives me crazy. But on 3rd and 12, you'll see a tunnel screen or something like that.
Yep.
If it's 3rd and 12, throw the ball downfield. I mean, I understand there's a time and place for a screen, a tunnel screen, or a slip screen, or one of these things, and it can work. I'm not saying it, but not every time. I mean, you got to go downfield at some point.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a hard one to call because being an offensive person where I've had to sit there and make those calls in the middle of a game, you got to evaluate that play for play because it could be where the defense is bringing the house and they go, okay, they got to throw it 12 yards. Let's see if they can throw it when they're running for their life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not as easy.
No.
For sure.
No.
Yeah. All right. We got to take another break here on the Auburn Blitz, but don't you go anywhere. We'll be back with more right after this.
Chick-fil-A is always the best option when you're on the go, but they are also great when it comes to planning your next event. From tailgating to birthday parties to weddings. Call Chick-fil-A Alexander City at 256-289-7955 for catering or order on the Chick-fil-A app. Make sure to choose the Alexander City location and have your catering order ready to go. Nugget trays, mac and cheese trays, fruit trays, cookie trays, gallons of our famous lemonade or tea, and chilled grilled chicken sub sandwiches, and a lot more options. Make it Chick-fil-A Alexander City for your next event.
At Southern Union State Community College, success isn't a solo journey. It's powered by something bigger. A herd of faculty, mentors, industry partners, and a community committed to helping you move forward. Whether you're earning a degree that prepares you for immediate entry into the workforce, transferring to a university, or learning a new skill, Southern Union helps you find your strength and run with it. Herd powered, performance driven. Southern Union State Community College. Apply today at suscc.edu.
There's only one option for top-of-the-line aftermarket upgrades on your vehicle, and that's Frontline Outfitters. We offer quality parts, lift kits, custom wheels and tires, bed covers, step bars, and toolboxes that are installed by trained and skilled professionals, to custom powder coating with hundreds of colors and finishes, to the highest quality film for window tinting using state-of-the-art film cutting technology. Call Frontline Outfitters at 256-409-8100. Don't be in the back of the line. Put your vehicle at the front with Frontline Outfitters.
This is Kathy Holmes with Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. Jeff Verner and I opened in East Montgomery 25 years ago and have become the premier butcher shop, wine retailer, and caterer in the River region. We are excited to invite you to our newest location at 2459 East Glen Avenue in Auburn, Opelika. We want to become your one-stop shop for the freshest cuts of meat in town, grab-and-go casseroles, gift items, and the best wine selection in the area. Think of us when catering your next event. Check us out online at steaksandwine.com for daily lunch specials and details on upcoming wine tastings and fun events.
Looking for the perfect spot to unwind? Welcome to Bunkers. Our friendly staff and vibrant atmosphere make Bunkers the ultimate hangout space for all ages. With 6 state-of-the-art golf simulator stations, you can play around with friends no matter the weather. Enjoy mouth-watering food and a wide variety of handcrafted mixed drinks. With our attached parking deck, access is always hassle-free. Make your next night out unforgettable at Bunkers.
Henderson & Coker is a premier custom general contractor located in central Alabama. With over 50 years of industry experience, Henderson & Coker has been crafting stunning custom residential and commercial spaces for families and businesses throughout Alabama and Georgia. If you're in the market for a top-of-the-line luxury home or specialized commercial work, contact the experts at 256-750-7383 and check them out on the web at hendersonandcoker.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Jim here with you. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. Today, we are brought to you each and every day by Pepper Tree Steaks and Wines. Great place to get some great food in the Montgomery or Auburn area. You can go and check out their website. That's steaksinwine.com. Just the letter N, steaksinwine.com. Go in. They got daily lunch specials. They got specials going on each and every month. They'd love to cater your next family event or your next tailgate. The food is absolutely delicious, and the people are wonderful. There's nothing really bad about Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. You can get ribs and steaks and casseroles. You can get Conecuh burgers. You can get a little bit of everything there at the store. They've even got one of the widest varieties of selections of wine in the Auburn area. So that's on Pepper Tree in Montgomery and on East Glen in Auburn. It's Pepper Tree Steaks and Wine. All right, actually there's some things filtering out of the scrimmage today. There's one source that said Joel Gordon, the offensive coordinator, went upstairs today. So they're starting to work on communication. You've been in that mode at one time. I mean, talk about the communication, how important that is from a coach down, and how chaotic that could get.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many levels to that. It's crazy. But on the headset-wise, it depends on if he likes it better. Can he see the field in his mind, his vision? Would I want to sit? I'm one that wants to sit on the sideline. I want to hear it. I want to hear the calls. I want to hear, okay, this guy's doing this on every play. When he's looking at it from up there, he's got somebody, I promise you, on that sideline telling him, you know, hey, they check to this, or they're doing this every time you call this in. But that's invaluable to be on the same page, because on Saturday, if whoever those people are down there are not on top of their job, then he might as well be blind, because he's making calls that he's relying on other people.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That DJ Durkin, he's a guy that's I guess he's always down on the field. I think every year.
I would agree to that 1,000%. I just think on the field's the best.
I like, look, I've always said, if an offensive coordinator is more comfortable up in the booth, let him be in the booth.
Right.
If he wants to be down on the field, let him be down on the field. I want them being as comfortable and as happy as they can be to make those calls.
Typically,
for sure.
D coordinators watch them on the sideline, and wherever the play is, say that they're on the 20, well, that D coordinator is going to be back 15, 20 yards behind his defense, so he can kind of see through it and look into things.
Some of the best defensive coordinators of all time, Bill Oliver, loved to be in the booth.
Yes. His name escapes
Kirby
me.
Smart, always liked to be on the sideline.
His name escapes me right now, but you can probably help me figure it out. It was an old Southern Miss guy that stood down the sideline and never made a call or done anything. He would actually be looking, and then he would tap his leg or do something different. The reason I know, because we had to play him. It wasn't Southern Miss. What's it is Southern Miss in Hattiesburg over there.
Yeah.
We played them, and this guy was standing down the sideline down there, and he would literally you would be watching him to try to figure out, okay, he's making this motion for a dime or this motion for nickel defense or this whatever. He never made a motion. And I was like, something ain't right here. And then I started trying to pick up on it. He had about 15 yards down the field. One of his little coordinator people were down there actually calling the plays in, and he was telling them, by moving, walking up 1 or 2 steps or walking back 1 or 2 steps or standing on one leg. He was kind of letting them know from that. That's how sneaky they can get.
Yeah. Well, everybody they got their own signals, that's for sure. A lot. They're pumping in the crowd noise today. Getting Auburn kind of prepared for that indoor environment where it's going to be really, really loud. Well, hopefully it'll be really loud when Auburn scores, and it'll be really, really loud when Auburn's on defense. But first touchdowns today, 60-yard touchdown run by Byron Brown on a designed run. Does that say more about Byron Brown? Does that say more about Auburn's run defense? That's a question I don't know.
And that's the one it's a hard one to answer too, because you've held him in check all this time in practice because you put a jersey on him and said, hey guys, don't hit him no matter what. You want to know if some of the reads he made could turn into 60 or not, and you'll never know it until there's live contact.
Yeah.
Because it's easy. It's easy for him to look at that hole and try to get in it, but then those holes is at this level at the SEC, as they say, can he transfer? Those holes close up fast with SEC talent.
Well, I tell you, I'll say that now. There's no question in my mind that Brown is in an orange jersey.
Yes.
If he went 60 yards untouched, that may be a problem. But if they couldn't tackle him, and okay, I get it. So again, the context matters there. But
I don't think that you're going to see. They're going to let him make a lot of contact to him anyway,
and shouldn't.
But again, what is he? I mean, have we looked up his 40 before? Is he a 4.4 guy?
I haven't looked. I've never looked it up. I didn't.
Because that's the key there too. Is if he can get out in front of those guys, they won't ever catch him.
J.J. Falk and Jaquez Wilkes, 2 names that I believe I mentioned the other day.
Yep.
That hadn't heard anything from, but maybe the scrimmage was an opportunity. J.J. Falk and Jaquez Wilkes had some early pressure on the quarterback with the second and third groups. So we need some backup. We need some depth for those positions. Those are 2 young men that could definitely provide that. Let's see. They're going 1s, 2s, and 3s, mixing on defense, so probably going to be a bunch of different looks today. Xavier Newsome, a tight end that new to Auburn, transferred in. Very good catch, run early with the scrimmage. So he had it seems like, again, I said one of the names that I mentioned was Jake Johnson. I was thinking he was, far and away going to be our starting tight end, and his name's the one I hear the least. So maybe I don't know if we'll find out if that means anything or not. I guess a little bit later. But Shamar Arnaud with an interception of Tristan Tia. Glad to hear that it's Tia and not Brown.
Yeah.
Arnaud has had a good camp. Jeremiah Koger, several nice catches today already. He's been the most consistent guy in camp. Koger, I just mentioned yesterday in practice with a 70-yard touchdown catch. He's already made some really nice catches this year. This guy has the talent to be a number one receiver in the SEC, it looks like. So,
if he's doing this against our defense, and that makes you feel better about Saturdays.
And this is not even, we haven't really even mentioned a whole lot about Keyshawn Singleton. And I think I fully expect him to be a very productive guy. So, first team group with a few pre-snap penalties. Don't, got to be a little bit more disciplined than that. The music is really bumping in there. Not a surprise to be a little sloppy early on, but need to clean that up for sure. All right, we're going to go ahead and take another break, but we'll be back with more of the Auburn Blitz right after these messages.
I'm Joseph Dean with Lake Martin Funeral Home and Cremation in Dadeville. We are located at 16797 Highway 280, which is on the corner of 280 and 49 North. With an on-site crematory in Opelika and a cemetery in Tallapoosa County, we are a full-service funeral home. To get in touch with us, feel free to come by or call us, 256-750-0381. And for any other questions, you can visit the website at lakemartinfuneralhome.com.
What's the verdict?
Can't fix your heat pump. Need a new one.
Uh-oh. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking Daikin.
Call on Kevin Kill in Sunshine Heating and Air at 256-825-4849, Central Alabama's premier Daikin dealer.
So what's he thinking?
Oh, he's thinking Daikin.
Daikin, one of the top selling in the world.
Now I'm thinking Daikin.
Daikin. Comfort for life.
Grain and Leaf, located at 6068 Highway 63 South, is Lake Martin's premier boutique-style bottle shop with a unique array of sophistication for everyone. Appropriately named for its exclusive selection of top spirits, wine, and craft beer, Grain and Leaf also has a number of fine cigars for you to choose from. They also carry the full line of Hornsby Farms assorted jellies and pottery. Open 10 to 7 Monday through Saturday and noon to 5 on Sundays, Grain and Leaf is your premier shop in the Lake Martin area.
Building, renovating, or protecting your Lake Martin home? Homeowners, builders, and architects trust Lake Martin Seamless Gutter Company for precision-crafted seamless gutters that perform beautifully in every season. Our custom-fit systems enhance curb appeal while protecting foundations, landscaping, and outdoor living spaces. Experience the quality your luxury home deserves. Call Lake Martin Seamless Gutter Company at 256-307-0132.
The all-new Winter Timber is now open, located right next to the Walmart Market across from the Auburn Mall. If the outdoors is your lifestyle, Winter Timber is your new headquarters. From rifles, ammo, and hunting supplies, camo, and all the outdoor essentials, they've got it in stock and ready for you. Winter Timber is here to serve Auburn, Opelika, and the entire Lake Martin area, and they'll make the drive worth it. For the best selection and the best service in outdoor gear, one name says it all: Winter Timber, the best in outdoor needs.
EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare, serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama.
Lake Martin Mobile Detailing is the #1 auto and boat detailing company in Central Alabama. Don't trust your vehicle or boat to just anybody. Hire the professionals. top-of-the-line ceramic coating, detailing, gel coat restoration, and paint correction gives you the options to take care of your boat or vehicle the right way. Located on Highway 63, just about 2 miles from Highway 280 in Alexander City, Lake Martin Mobile Detailing will have you riding in style. Call them today at 256-794-2328.
Spring has sprung, and it's the perfect time to refresh your garage door with Dixie Overhead Door. Get a $49 garage door tune-up or take $50 off any repair. Tune-ups are included for Dixie Cares Plan members. Call today for details.
When you want quality, selection, price, superior financing, and a pain-free buying experience, look no further than Sons Automotive Group of Montgomery and Auburn. Sons of Montgomery offers the best selection of Kias, Chryslers, Dodges, Jeeps, and Ram trucks. Conveniently located on Eastern Boulevard, Sons Ford of Auburn is the region's Ford volume dealer. And when you shop at any Sons location, they will maximize all incentives and financing options for anyone's credit. Whether Kia, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram in Montgomery, or Ford in Auburn, Sons Automotive treats you like family because they are family driven.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and Jim here with you. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us today. As we suspected, the scrimmage has gone long. We thought it was going to be over about 11:30. Actually, it went to almost 12:30. About 12:20, I think, is when it ended. So I don't believe we're going to be able to have Hudson on today. We're going to try to effort, though, to get him back maybe early next week. Whatever his schedule will allow. Would love to get a chance to talk with him. Don't believe I've ever spoken with an Australian before.
That's what I was going to say. I would think that'd be add to AG's repertoire.
Yeah, I mean, that would. No, you know what? I take that back. I met a girl at Auburn one time, and she was an Australian. Brief conversation, but memorable. I'll tell you about that one later.
Which one of you two commented on the accents more? Her or you?
Well, that's a good question. She did remark. I said, I have an accent.
Yeah.
But all right. First team. We talked about that a little pre-step. Here's one though. Not a surprise. This is the one you always hear, Jim. We make fun of this a lot of times. Not a surprise, the defense has been playing good up front. The defense is controlling things in this scrimmage.
Sure.
That is one of those things, honestly, I think you kind of want to hear. You expect the offense to struggle early in camp against the defense is going to be further along. It's cliche, I get it. But if your defense is getting run all over very early in camp, chances are you're going to stink on defense. Is that fair to say?
I wouldn't say fair to say stink, but I would definitely say that because of the knowledge we have of this defense being together for so long, their defensive coordinator being there, and so many players returning, if they came out in scrimmage number one looked bad, you'd want to know what the problem was.
Yeah.
I don't think it's anything to panic with the offense by no means. I think that here's going to be the thing, if you get to a second scrimmage and it turns around a little bit and the offense starts performing, then that's going to let you know you got a little hope in having an offense.
Yeah.
Because say you go through, what are they going to do, 3 scrimmages, go through all 3 of them, and you're not getting any good notes from offense, might be a long year.
That is for sure. Gavin Jenkins with an interception. Another interception from Tia, our backup. But, caveat, the receiver fell down on the route. So, probably not the fault of Tristan Tia here. Just as a reminder, at shortly after 1 o'clock now, this could be delayed. Brett and Faith, I believe, are going live with a reaction show from to react to the scrimmage, and they are obviously at Alex Golish's press conference, which is taking place right now, probably. So they were planning to go live immediately following the Auburn Blitz. It may be delayed, a few minutes, but look for that. That will be coming up right after us, not too long. So they will be going live on YouTube and Facebook to react to the scrimmage, give you some other highlights about that and what Alex Golish had to say about the scrimmage as well. So defense controlling things, as we talked about. Long touchdown reception for, as I mentioned it, you mentioned his name and it happens, Keyshawn Singleton. It was a busted coverage. Does not say who busted it, though. Let's see. Byron Brown continues to look, really good. We talked about his speed. Somebody asked the same question, how fast is Byron Brown? And the answer was fast enough.
There you go.
So take that for what you will.
Depends on which play it is, if it's fast enough or not.
Yeah. I think they have done a better job of running with the one group in there. Struggled some as expected when you're shifting guys around early in camp. That's usually a spot where you're going to have issues on the O-line. Hopefully when you get it narrowed down to that 5 and you get comfortable with that, that's when they start to really, really make progress. Jason Caldwell said he talked to someone that has been to a bunch of these type scrimmages and played in them. He says pretty normal first scrimmage for an offense. Some good, some not so good, some players flashing playmaking ability. So talking about explosive plays earlier, sounds like we've got some potential for that. And I think that's probably a description of nearly every scrimmage I think I've ever heard. There was some good and some bad. We got some stuff on film. We got some stuff to build on. So,
well, and that's what you want as well, because you never want to fall camp. You never want it to be 100% to like a coach can cut. You'll never hear a coach come in there and say, "Buddy, we're dialed in now. I can't wait till the first game."
Yeah, that's true. All right, so I don't know how many plays it ended up being, but scrimmage went maybe a little longer than was anticipating. Sounds like it got away with no injuries that were mentioned. That's a wonderful thing. Outstanding. So the first.
Bundle your home and auto and save money with State Farm's personal price plan. Contact State Farm agent Ron Carroll.
Eliminating home pests to superior termite.